Gargiulo. In 2008, Gargiulo was arrested for a series of 10 stabbing murders that took place in California between 2001 and the time of his arrest. The Hollywood Ripper was caught when a potential victim fought off the knife-wielding maniac. She even managed to injure Gargiulo in the process, and the blood left behind led to his arrest, matching DNA found at previous murder scenes. As of 2019, his trial is ongoing. The Daytona Beach Killer. From 2005 to 2007, Daytona Beach, FL, saw the murders of between 4 and 7 women, some of whom were likely sex workers. The killer lured his victims into what is believed to be a 2003 Ford Taurus or Mercury Sable, killed them with a .40 caliber execution-style shot to the head, and dumped the bodies with no attempt at concealment. The case is still ongoing, and police say they have a DNA sample to work with. They are still working to find a match with suspects, however. Sowell. The Cleveland Strangler killed at least 11 women from 2007 to 2009. The former Marine's first recorded crime was the attempted rape of a pregnant woman in 1989. The woman survived, and Sowell served 15 years in prison. After getting out, Sowell began murdering women and keeping the bodies in the empty half of his duplex. Eventually, the woman who was living with him smelled the bodies and called the police. The women killed were drug users, and they were lured to his house with the promise of crack. More 12 of 14 creepy and custom-built murder rooms from killers around the world. 38 of 41, the most prolific American serial killers. 4 of 11 of the most sadistic stranglers in history. Blair. In 1982, Blair was sentenced to 25 years for the rape and murder of Angela Monroe, the mother of his 2 children. He was released after 21 years and proceeded to murder at least 6 women in the Kansas City area, for which he was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. In a telephone taunt to police, Blair claimed the women were sex workers, and he considered them scum. Israel Keyes. Before his capture in 2012, Keyes committed as many as 8 murders all over the continent, from Alaska to New York and Washington State to Vermont. He served in the Army, and in 2001 he was stationed at Fort Hood, the site of an unrelated but notorious killing spree a decade later. His first murder was the violent rape and dismemberment of a teenage girl in 1996. Keyes was proud of his role as a serial killer. He idolized Ted Bundy and spent months methodically planning out murders set to take place on the other side of the country. He eventually committed suicide in police custody. The Craigslist Ripper. This Long Island killer serves as the prototypical 21st century cautionary tale. From 1996 to 2013, the Craigslist killer is believed to have murdered at least 17 women he met in the personals section on the site. Many were believed to have been in the sex trade, sports working for donations. Their bodies were dumped along the Ocean Parkway in Long Island, often tied up in burlap sacks. Police found the remains in 2 sets, and believe the second set may have been the work of a copycat killer. More Long Island serial killer. 9 of 15 the most terrifying serial killers who were never caught. 26 of 28 serial killers who were never caught. 4 of 13 heartbreakingly cruel murderers who taunted their victims' families afterward. The Maniac of Angarsk. A former Russian police officer was already serving a life sentence for murdering 22 women and attempting 2 more as the result of a 2015 conviction. In December of 2018, Mikhail Popkov, known as the Maniac of Angarsk, received a second life sentence when he confessed to 56 additional murders and a handful of other crimes. According to investigators, his victims were primarily women ranging from their mid-teens to about 40 years old, and Popkov used his status as an officer of the law to lure his victims to their deaths. Popkov provided authorities with detailed information about his victims, some of whom he first assaulted, and the crimes, allowing investigators to exhume decades-old remains and bolster the murder conviction. Psychiatric exams have proven Popkov was allegedly sane when he committed his crimes. The media has subsequently dubbed Popkov one of Russia's deadliest serial killers in the nation's history.
Hey guys, thank you so much for your support and likes and comments down below, and also thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to see you in the next video. Then take care, bye.